Lee?
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, we just had our sprint planning. It's Tuesday because it's been a long weekend with it being bank holiday Easter. But yeah, sprint planning, what we're doing this week, pretty big week. So I'm finishing up the Colour Pixels DLC, fun and games. There's a little more QA testing, and then it's just all the other stuff like the achievements and the announcements and all that good stuff. And then before that, up with a bit of hexceed work as well. And if I get time towards the end of the week, we'll see. Maybe a bit of Wooloop. Along to that, Jack's been working on the Athena sort of stuff, so there's some more stuff for the island to do, more floor stuff and all that good stuff. Not here today, he's taking the day off, but you'll be working on that for the rest of the week. And yeah, I think your Athena was alright.
Yeah, I'll be making a start on some more of the implementation side of stuff. Yeah, a lot of the boring back-end stuff really, but I'll be doing some hexceed testing as well. Get that sort of all sorted and dusted and stuff, Lee. Yeah.
So it's been mostly a Colouring Pixels day to day. Finishing up the Fun and Games pack, so the one image left to test, that's been updated and put back into the game. And the build's actually good to go for the most part. I don't have it open, unfortunately. But yeah, you see your achievements done as well. All that's left is to actually get these uploaded, which we'll be doing tomorrow, will it be Wednesday tomorrow. And yeah, finished up with a bit of, if I look over here, QA testing on the Switch. So I went over the last sort of final like pixel art image in the tech puff we needed doing. As well as checking out the actual change Rob made to the trail. So if you start colouring in, you get this trail effect, which is really nice. But I noted that if you move the screen, you get those little black lines as it's loading in. So he's fixed that, I believe, so we'll see it on the next build. But yeah, the final image itself as well, there was quite a lot of corrections to do, so I've gone ahead and made those corrections. I don't know the file path exactly for Switch, so I'll just attach this to the Trello board, and hopefully we'll be able to use that and yeah, get it updated.
Hey everyone, so I actually got done the ghost character and the slime character for Athena. They're not completely done, they're essentially just modelled and textured, but they do look pretty good. The ghost has been approved by the guys that really like the design. However, I'm still waiting on feedback by the slime, as I've only just made it this morning. So let's have a look. This is the ghost design here. I'm really happy with it. I want to try to keep it a classic sort of ghost design. I didn't want to go over the top, but I really like how it came out. We're incorporating those classic artwork kind of patterns into the design. I think it came out quite nice. I'm especially loving the colours. It stands out a lot from the rest of the characters. But as I was working on this morning, before I came in, I quickly made these little slime characters. Essentially what we wanted was a really simple looking character. I'm not sure if these are too simple. I mean, this literally took about an hour just to do. Didn't take long at all. The guys haven't came in yet, so I'm just waiting on what they think. But I quite like them. They're quite cute, especially this back one here. This is essentially just with the roughness node turned down. I like it a lot better shiny. However, I'm not sure how it's going to come across in engine or open portrait. And I made a few colours here just in case we want any more colours. I've kind of been all over the place today. Like I said this morning, I did manage to finish off the slime characters, but today I've primarily just been fixing a lot of things. The bulk of my afternoon have been working on these larger Sky Island assets, and it's getting there. I did make a first pass, but Rob thought they should be a little more curved, so he did a little sketch for me here, and I'm kind of just going around smoothing everything off. I'm almost done. I just need to do this top left island here and the bottom right one, which shouldn't take too long. I've already started curving this one off and it looks a lot less angular. I can see in the picture previously there were a lot of sharp points. I want to smooth those out a bit and make it a bit smaller. As you can see, our little tortoise character here is very small in comparison to these Allens, so I'm going to shrink them down just a touch, try better match the scaling with the character.
So yep, it's the end of Wednesday, and one of the big tasks today has been getting all these announcements ready for the hexceed releases on Switch. So you see here, I've got the two tabs open because this is US, this is Europe. It's because it has different sort of back-end settings for both, so I've got to double up each announcement. Would be more so if we were doing announcements in Japanese and Korean, etc. But we haven't translated these. The announcements on the Switch are just in English. But one thing that's good about the Switch stuff is that we can get ahead of the game with the announcements. We can schedule everything in advance because the content's already there and all ready to go. So if you look here on the dates, you can see starting from tomorrow, which is the announcement for the next DLC. And then you'll notice there's an announcement and a release for every single DLC that's left in the Year 2 pass, all the way up to December. So it's on a bi-monthly release. and then there's a post before the release announcing it as well. And yeah, across both America and Europe, it's taken quite a while to get through it all. I'm not going to click into it because I don't think there's much I can show. I don't know how there's quite a lot of this stuff is restricted viewing, so most of this will be blurred out. And yeah, you'll notice a slight difference there. Delivery approved for America. There's no sort of additional approval. Once I press the approve button, that's scheduled and ready to go. But over on the Europe stuff, it says requesting Nintendo review, because they have an extra step where any sort of European postings, Nintendo review it themselves as well before actually approving it and getting it scheduled.
This morning I've been getting back to work on the slime character, so essentially I've made a very quick rig. It's a very easy rig. It's essentially just one bone, but using this modifier here called maintain volume, it allows me to do this. So you can squash and stretch. So the plan is, essentially, his walk cycle will be a jump, and obviously within the jumps there's going to be some squashing and stretching as he hits the floor, and that's going to be essentially the simple premise of his walk. I think it's going to have a lot of character though, so I'm hoping it's going to look okay. I've added the little tortoise character here next to him just so I can see if the scaling's right, and I think that's okay. I don't want it to be too small because I feel like you wouldn't be able to see it. So he's large-ish, but he's not too big.
So yeah, it's about lunchtime on Thursday, and I've just finished up the actual schedule posts for tomorrow's release for the Fun and Games pack. So that's all the actual announcements ready to go, and all scheduled to go off at just after 8 PM. So all that's left to do for the actual DLC is to give away the keys tomorrow. There's the giveaway still going on in Discord there, and actually making it live, which will be Rob will doing that tomorrow night. But yeah, there's the announcement there. We've got a little GIF, quite basic one this time, but yeah.
Okay, so yesterday was quite busy, but I actually managed to get quite a lot done before I left. So I completely finished off all the slime character animations, and it's all been exported ready to put in engine. This animation here was actually a cool idea by Lee. Essentially this is his happy animation. A lot of animations that we have for him, he jumps, and we didn't want another jump. So Lee thought it'd be a cool idea if he kind of just springs up and down like that. I thought it was a good idea. He kind of looks like, I thought he looked like a bit like a candle. Like when a candle flickers. I thought that was a really cool idea. It's very energetic. So I thought it would make for a good animation. And it came out quite well. So the next one was Idle. Idle's just him breathing, essentially. Kind of just morphing up and down. The sad animation's quite cute. Essentially just turns into a puddle. Kind of shakes his head. Trying to keep it similar to the characters, so at least it's very recognisable. I want to try to keep everything uniformed.
Yeah, I'm taking a bit of a shorter day today. So with hexceed, I thought I would go ahead and tackle one of the milestone levels, just so I have like a big target to hit. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving about 20 minutes, so I'm quickly rushing to finish this last section. We're getting stuck here on the end. There's the small section at the very end here at the top that the validator can't do. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just keep redigging this section to get it working.
Yeah, okay, so I just did a really lengthy recording and I forgot to actually press the record button. So I just talked at the screen for like 5 minutes. That was great. But long story short, I've been working on Athena mainly this week, doing a lot of back-end stuff, like I said at the start of the week. So the main thing we're working on is the floor. So we had a performance issue with the floor before, so whenever you modified the terrain, there'd be a huge lag spike, but right now you can see like the FPS counter here, it doesn't really affect the FPS all that much. And I've done that by essentially chunking up the earth. So before this was all one mesh, and now it's all segmented into various little bits. And it just means that when we update the texture, it's only going to update a small section to the graphics card, and that's just way more efficient. So I've been working on that, but a lot of things are broken for that still, so like I can't actually walk around. That's not working, and that the creatures can't walk around at the moment either. But also adding support for multiple terrains as well. So once you cross this bridge, once you built this, you unlock this whole other area, and that's also terraformable, which we didn't have support for, but now that works. I promise, you just can't walk over to it. And we've got this little res section up here as well. So it's just been a combination of getting all of that, working together with Jack to get all of these segments in the game, so all these fresh spawn points for creatures to spawn in at, getting all that working, all these pool noodles. This one goes over here, I think. Yeah, I just need to swap out the capsule templates that I made, yeah. Yeah, some other things as well. General performance improvements. We've got a pause menu now, so you can see that the background blurs out, which is an effect I spent a while on. Very basic at the moment. And yeah, we managed to get some slime boys in. Let me have a look at the slime boys. There's one. There's a little happy boy. Yeah, there we go. And we've got a slime boy as well. He's skipping through the floor a little bit in this section. That's just because the movement stuff isn't quite plugged in yet. But yeah, they look really good. I really love the animations that Jack's done for this one. And he did it in quite a short time as well. Let me just show you what it looks like when he's green, if I can hit him. Oh, missed him. There you go. And a little green boy jumping up and down when he's happy.
Guys,
Hello.
it's the weekend.
Yeah, woo! Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out the Ignis hexceed DLC. Is it Ignis?
Yeah.
The fire one, anyway. And we've got a Wooloop DLC patterns coming out the week after as well.
Yeah.
The time this video coming out, there should be a Voodoo competition on Discord as well, so keep an eye out for that if you want a chance to win the DLC for free. And speaking of which, thank you to everyone on our Discord. My little Jack's corner has been popping off recently, so I'm just gonna push that myself. And thank you to the Patreons as well. I've got this, I swear. Thank you to all the Patreons who keeps them all going as well. We love you all.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo.